Girl 1. Why'd you eat my mayonnaise? You have your own. Girl 2. I like the combination. Girl 1. So you ate half a jar of mine without asking? Girl 2. Yes, I like the combination. Girl 1. That still doesn't explain why you used mine. Girl 2. I like the combination. At Walmart, two guys maybe 18 years old were looking at a box of Extends pills. They were beyond pumped. Heard one say, "We're going to be so huge." Here in the Philippines, people are usually trilingual. You have your provincial language, then the national language Filipino, and English. I was inside a packed bus once going home from school when two local ladies were audibly talking about this middle-aged Caucasian guy who was seated behind them. It is always assumed that white guys have bigger junks compared to Asian men. So these ladies went on giggling while talking about the guy's supposedly huge penis in the local language. At the next stop, the white guy stood up and casually told the girls in perfect Filipino, "Excuse me, the man with a huge penis is passing by." My fiancé and I were kayaking, and a group of about 5 people ahead of us were talking. One man loudly says, "I can't keep her out of the toilet. She brushes her teeth with toilet water." A woman then said, "What? You brush your teeth with toilet water?" And the accused woman responded with, "Yeah, it," and I couldn't make out what else she said. My fiancé looked at me and asked if he had heard all of that correctly, and I confirmed that he had. This was this past summer, and I think about it all the time. I used to drive Uber. I once picked up a guy and 2 girls from a house to drive to a restaurant. All of them were toasted. One girl appeared to be the guy's much, much younger girlfriend. The other girl was her friend. The girlfriend asked the other girl, "Oh my God, you know what I'm really looking forward to?" The friend answered, "The threesome?" Without missing a beat, the girlfriend said, "No, the spring rolls, they are so good." All I could do was laugh to myself. Overheard 2 ladies talking at the DGC. Motherhood is knowing the exact location of every single household item except own sanity. Overheard at Target, spoken by little girl, age 8-ish, in a disturbingly cheerful tone. "I just placed a curse on one of the scrunchies. Whoever wears it will be doomed for eternity." I once went to the bathroom in a music store. While I was in the cabin, 2 men came in and began commenting throughout their number 1. Like, what a relief. Yeah, nice. Great, huh? As long as it flows, nice bathroom. Didn't stop until they finished. Assumed they were slightly uncomfortable and tried to hide it before each other. It was kind of funny hearing grown-up men act like little boys. I worked at a major theme park in Florida at the front gate. During a typical afternoon thunderstorm, a man stormed up to my booth soaking wet and slammed his hand on the counter. He demanded a full refund for his family of 6. When I pointed out that the rain policy is on the back of the ticket and we don't refund for weather, he screamed, "I know you people have a dome. I saw it on the internet. Turn on the dome or I'm suing." He genuinely believed we had a glass dome over 300 acres that we just forgot to activate. I was operating a log flume ride, which is clearly a water ride. There are signs everywhere saying, "You will get wet and you might get soaked." A woman comes off the ride looking like a drowned rat, which is the point. She waits for me to unlock the boat, steps out, and immediately starts shrieking. She was wearing a white silk blouse and expensive leather pants. She demanded I pay for her dry cleaning bill right there on the spot because nobody told her there was water involved in a boat ride. My neighbors, who are in their 80s, husband, "Are you really going to Target today, Paula?" Wife, with a whole attitude, "Yes, Ray, I am." Husband, dramatic sigh, "I'll clean out your back seat and trunk, I guess." I used to be a character performer. Think big furry suit. One hot July day, a father shoved his terrified toddler at me for a photo. The kid was screaming, clearly afraid of the giant mouse. The dad got frustrated, turned to me and said, "Take off the head. You're scaring him. Just take off the head so he sees you're a person." I tried to mime that I couldn't, but he started tugging at my mask. Security had to tackle him before he decapitated the mascot in front of 50 other children. Working at a roller coaster that has a strict height requirement of 54 inches. A mother tried to bring her son who was maybe 48 inches max. I denied him entry. She left and came back 20 minutes later. The kid was walking weirdly. I looked down and saw she had stuffed literally 4 pairs of thick wool socks into his sneakers and put high heels inside the shoes to boost him up. When I caught her spat on my face, I told her kid that I was the reason his birthday was ruined, not her dangerous parenting. Two businessmen having after-work drinks on a Friday, where the conversation built up to one of the sweetest sentiments I've heard. At first, the usual, "Let me tell you, you're a good person. I love you, man." Later on, still fairly basic, F***CK the wives. Hey, you and me, we buy motorcycles. To finally this gem, if a tornado were to blow you away, I would fly after you. I worked at the guest relations desk. A lady came in furious because the park was too crowded. It was the middle of July on a Saturday. She said, "I paid the same price as everyone else, so why do I have to wait in lines? I want you to clear the park for an hour so my kids can ride everything without waiting." She wasn't asking for a fast pass. She genuinely wanted us to kick out 20,000 other people so she could have a private session. When I said no, she asked for the number of the CEO. A family came up to the entrance of a high-speed coaster. The mother was holding a newborn baby. I'm talking maybe 2 weeks old. She tried to walk through the turnstile. I stopped her and said the baby can't ride. She looked confused and said, "Oh, it's fine. I have a baby Bjorn carrier. He's strapped to me." I had to explain the physics of G-force to a grown woman who was willing to subject an infant to a 70 miles per hour loop-de-loop. She left calling me a baby hater. My buddy is Vietnamese. One night we were playing Horde mode on Gears 2. We got to round 27, highest we ever got, and we were fighting like crazy. And we finally double-teamed the last grinder, and he yelled out, F***CK yeah, at like 2 a.m. Next thing you know, I hear his door open. His soul leaves his body, and a huge smack followed by angry Vietnamese. Sadly, we had to end that session, but it was F***ing hilarious. I had a guest argue with me about the time of the 3 o'clock parade. This is a classic joke among park workers, but this guy was serious. He asked when the 3 o'clock parade was. I said, "It starts at 3 p.m. He looked at his watch, which read 2:55 p.m., and said, "Well, can you hold it for 10 minutes? We have a lunch reservation that ends at 3:15 and we don't want to miss the start." He wanted us to delay a parade involving hundreds of performers and floats just for his lunch schedule. A teenager tried to bring a full, large pepperoni pizza onto a roller coaster that goes upside down. I told him he had to leave it in the locker or with a non-rider. He refused, saying, "I can hold it. I have a good grip." We went back and forth for 5 minutes. Finally, he gave it to his friend, but the friend tried to sneak a slice in his pocket. Surprise, surprise, when the ride came back, the friend was covered in sauce and cheese, and the people behind him were absolutely furious.